everybody. Hello. Hi, I'm Melanie. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam, and what's your name?
So.
Hello. How about you? Et toi et vous? Qu'est-ce que c'est votre nom? Oh non. No. Bonjour Rachel. No, we're all just meeting each other now. How about you? What's your name? Now, my name is Melanie, so why don't we all yell our names out together? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
That's a lot of names. Well, nice to meet you. I, as I said, am Melanie, and I am an opera singer. Does anybody here know what an opera singer is? Hands? Anybody? Yes.
Sings in operas.
An opera singer does indeed sing in operas. Anybody else? What else?
I don't know.
You don't know. You'll know pretty soon. Anybody else? Yes.
High pitch.
Sometimes, yes, sometimes opera singers are very high-pitched. But yes, opera singers sing in operas and on stages just like this one all over the world, only bigger. And they sing for people like you all over the world, only bigger. Now, do you kids think that I look like an opera singer?
No.
No! Whoa, why not?
Because you're in the wrong clothes.
I'm in the wrong clothes? What am I supposed to wear?
Should come some kind of a pink tutu or something.
A pink tutu. Well, actually, you're right. Opera singers, although they don't always wear pink tutus, they usually wear really big dresses when they're lady opera singers. So no, I'm not really dressed like an opera singer, that is true. And you know what? I live in New York City, and a lot of people there say I don't look like an opera singer. But you know what? Opera singers don't always look like you expect. Sometimes they're short, and sometimes they're tall, and sometimes, well, they're not even people at all. There's this one opera singer that I know, and she has the most beautiful voice. She also has 2 pink ears that stick in the air, 2 paws, whiskers, and a tail. Right there. Now, don't all opera singers have 2 pink ears that stick in the air?
No.
Now, don't all opera singers have 2 little paws and whiskers?
No.
No! Well, don't all opera singers have a great big tail?
No.
No! Well, I guess I forgot my tail at home. But maybe you're right. Maybe opera singers don't all have 2 pink ears, whiskers, paws, and a tail. But my friend Tilly does. And that is because Tilly is a... rabbit? Let's try this again. That is because Tilly is a... mouse. Exactly. A mouse and an opera singer. And this is how...
Dog.
Not a dog, mouse. And this dog. And this is how she learned to sing. Now, Tilly was born in a big city just like this one. She lived in the basement of an old house. She lived with her mama mouse, her papa mouse, and her brother Tommy Mouse. And they all lived together in a small round can. Now, before this tin can became a house for the mouse family, it used to be full of peas. There was even a label on the can that said, "Eat more peas." But Tilly didn't know that. Tilly thought that everybody lived in a tin can. Now, when Tilly was a little baby mouse, she didn't know what singing was, or opera. She thought that everybody was a mouse like she was, and that everybody lived in a small tin can in a musty, dusty basement. Now soon, Tilly and Tommy started to grow. And they grew bigger, and they grew wider, and they grew rounder, and they grew longer, and soon it got pretty crowded in that can of peas. And soon their mama mouse said they were old enough to go exploring. But first she gave them some advice. Don't squeak, don't peek, don't make a sound, don't cheep, don't beep, and don't go outside, and most of all, never, ever let anybody see you. Because if they do, they will get scared and they will yell, "A mouse!" Now, when you see a mouse, what do you do?
I just set some mouse traps with my dad.
You and your dad set mouse traps. Okay. How about you? When you see a mouse, what do you do? You don't know? You haven't seen a mouse? You run away?
I caught a dead mouse with my dad. Ate them off.
How about you? When you see a mouse, what do you do?
I saw a dead mouse.
You put a sticky patch. You put a sticky patch down. How about you? When you see a mouse, what do you do? Meh. Well, when I see a mouse, you know what I do? I go, "Ah, a mouse!" But it's probably louder. Maybe you can help me. Ready? Oh, but it's even louder. So I live in New York. There's a lot of mice. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Exactly. But luckily, there was nobody to yell. And so Tommy and Tilly started to go exploring. And they started to run. They ran up through the heating ducts and up through the water vents and up and up and up until they were behind the wall of the old living room. And then they stopped.
Come on, Tilly. Come on and run with me. We're going to squeak and peek and look for cheese. Come with me and help me, please. No, thank you. I don't want to go with you. I don't want to look for cheese. I want to explore on my own.
Suit yourself. So Tommy ran off and Tilly was left all alone.
Oh, I've never been alone before, and oh, it's so dark. It's so dark that I can hardly see the whiskers in front of my nose, but oh, over there, there's a hole in the wall. Maybe I'll go check it out and see if it's an adventure. Oh, but first, I'll put my eye to the wall to make sure it's safe. Oh, there's a couch and a rug and a wooden table and... Oh, maybe I'll go through the hole and nibble on the wooden table leg. Do you nibble on wooden table legs? No. No? Are you sure? Yeah. Well, you know when you're a mouse, a wooden table leg tastes like candy and chocolate all put together. So maybe I'll squeeze through the hole in the wall and nibble on that wooden table leg. But first, I'll put my nose to the wall to make sure it's safe. Hey, did you have a bath today? No! I knew it. I could tell. Best sniffer in the room. Okay. Oh, it smells like soup and jam and fresh warm bread. Oh, maybe. It smells popcorn. And popcorn. Yeah, maybe I'll put my ear to the wall to make sure it's safe.
So Tilly put her ear to the wall and she heard the most wonderful thing. Tilly had never heard music before. She had never heard singing. And it was like magic. She stood on her hind legs, put her paws in the air, and opened her mouth to sing along.
La 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 la.
Tilly was so excited. She ran down through the heating ducts and down through the water vents and down all the way back to the can of peas where Tommy had got back from exploring and he was nibbling on a piece of cheese.
Tommy, guess what? I heard music and singing, and guess what? I can sing too. Listen. La 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 la.
Tommy was surprised. He was so surprised his mouth fell open and bits of cheese plopped onto the ground.
He said, Tilly, stop! A mouse can't sing. A little mouse does just one thing, and that is squeak and run around
So Tilly scampered off to eat her cheese right in the very back of that can of peas. Now, the next day, the mice went exploring again, and they started to run. They ran up through the heating ducts and up through the heating vents and water vents and up and up and up until once again they were behind the wall of the old living room. And then they stopped.
Come on, Tilly. Come on and run with me. We're going to squeak and peek and look for cheese. Oh, come with me and help me, please. No, thank you. I don't want to go with you. I don't want to look for cheese. I want to explore on my own. And to sing.
Suit yourself. So Tommy ran off once again and Tilly was left all alone. Now every day Tilly went over to that hole in the wall, put her ear right to the wall and listened as the music started to play. And every day she sang along.
La, 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 la.
And every day her voice got bigger.
La, 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 la.
And every day her voice got stronger. And every day her voice got better. And soon she didn't sound like a mouse at all. She ran down through the heating ducts and down through the water vents and down all the way back to the can of peas, where once again Tommy was nibbling on his wheel of cheese.
Tommy, guess what? I got better and I practiced and I'm a really good singer now. Listen. La, 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 la.
Tommy was surprised. He was so surprised that once again his mouth fell open and bits of cheese plopped onto the ground. He said,
Tilly, stop! A mouse can't sing. A little mouse does just one thing, and that is squeak and run around and never, ever make a sound. But I don't want to just squeak. I don't want to just run around. I want to be an opera singer. How does he know what it is now? I don't really understand why you want to sing, but do you want me to help you? No, thank you. I don't need help from any mouse. I'm going to find an opera house. I'm going to go there and I'll sing. I don't need help with anything.
Suit yourself. So every day Tommy scampered around looking for cheese and Tilly would go back and listen to the music play. She even learned a bunch of words in different languages. Now one day Tilly was listening to the music from in the dark. And her feet started tapping and her whiskers started twitching and she couldn't stay in the dark any longer. And as the music got even louder, she squeezed through the hole in the wall, scampered across the rug, stopped to nibble on the wooden table leg, climbed up the table leg, stopped, looked around, no one was there, it looked safe. So she stood on her hind legs, put her paws in the air, and she started to sing.
Tu ne
Tilly saw the scariest thing she had ever seen, with the longest arms and the longest legs. And that thing was a person. And that person looked right back at Tilly, and can you guess what that person said? Oh no! But it was even louder. Ready? Tomato came flying through the air right at Tilly's head. She hopped and ducked and ran down the table and stopped, ran across the rug and through the hole in the wall and down through the water pipes and down through the heating vents and down, all the way back to the can of peas. And she stood there in front of the can of peas and she started to cry.
I don't understand. Whatever went wrong? I just wanted to sing and to squeak out a song. I don't understand. Was it something I said? Oh, I just want to stay in forever in bed.
So after a while, Mama Mouse heard Tilly crying. It was sort of hard to miss. And she came and she explained to Tilly that mice can't sing, mice can't go outside, people will get scared, and the mice might get hurt. And even though she talked to Tilly all night about how becoming an opera singer was not the best idea, Tilly still wanted to follow her dream.
And somehow, I'll find a way to do it.
Now, when you grow up, what do you want to be?
I don't know.
You don't know? What do you, performer? Opera singer? Maybe? Probably not. How about you? What do you guys want to be? You don't know? How about you guys? A builder. What sort of a builder? Nice. A house builder's great. How about you guys? What do you want to be? Opera singer, right? You're gonna be an opera singer? A nurse. That's also good. What? A unicorn. You should definitely become a unicorn when you grow up. Yeah. How about you? Do you want to be a unicorn? Maybe opera singer or unicorn? They're both about equally easy to become. You're not sure? Well, when mice grow up, they don't usually become builders or singers or unicorns. They generally become mice, the same as before, only bigger mice. But Tilly was different. She wanted to sing, and she knew she would do it. So at night, she would scamper around the village looking for an opera house. And one day, she found one just down the street. So she packed up all of her cheese, and she said goodbye to her Mama Mouse, and her Papa Mouse, and her brother Tommy Mouse.
Goodbye, Mom. Goodbye, Dad. Goodbye, Tommy Mouse. I'm gonna go be an opera singer. Well, look, Tilly, I don't really understand. I still don't really understand why you want to sing, but do you want me to come? I could help, maybe. No, thank you. I don't need help from any mouse. I went and found an opera house. I'm going to go there and I'll sing. I don't need help with anything. Suit yourself.
So Tilly packed up her cheese, left home, and moved into the opera house. She settled into a nest in the very corner of the dressing room where she could watch all of the singers. At first, living in an opera house was like magic. She would listen to the orchestra warm up, all the different instruments, the bassoons and the trombones and the cellos, and she would listen to the singers as they warmed up too. Now, who here knows what a singer does when a singer warms up? Anybody? What do you think? If you're a runner and you're, oh yes? Flute players play the flute. If you're a singer, though, and you want to sing, pretend you're a runner and you want to run. What do you need to do to get ready to run?
Exercise.
Exactly, you need to exercise and stretch your legs. So if you're a singer who needs to sing, what do you need to stretch and what do you need to exercise?
Your neck.
Your neck and your vocal cords, exactly. Also, and drink some water. You're really smart, yes. But since we can't all drink water right now, we're all gonna be opera singers and we're going to warm up our necks and our vocal cords. So sit up straight in your seats, because that singers always sit up straight. Now the first thing singers need to do is they need to breathe, because if you can't breathe, you can't sing. So let's first let out all of our air and try to sing. Ready? Oh, it's funny, but it's not so funny on stage when you can't sing. So now we don't do that. We're gonna let in a good breath and we're gonna sing. Ready together? That was beautiful. Now singers need to be able to do all sorts of things to warm up their voice. They need to be able to sing loudly and softly. So let's do it 2 more times. Once loudly and once softly. Ready? Breathe. Beautiful. Now another thing a singer needs to be able to do is a singer needs to be able to pretend. Because some days you're tired and you fell off your bike and your hamster ran away, but you still need to get up on stage and be really happy. So we are going to pretend. I hope you are all happy, but we're still going to pretend that we're really happy and we're going to sing like that. Ready? Lovely. Now also sometimes singers need to pretend to be scared, because there's all sorts of things happening on stage like thunder and monsters. And someone asked the other day, are there zombies in operas? There are no zombies in operas, but there are dragons sometimes and lightning. Exactly, there's lightning. So you need to pretend you're not really scared. There are no robots. Sorry. But there are things that look like robots sometimes. And exactly, that's what you meant. So there are all of these, yeah, robots. So there are all of these scary things on stage, and you need to not really be scared, but you need to pretend you're scared so everyone in the audience is shaking. So let's sing it like we're scared. Ready? Sounded like some of you were too scared to sing. Let's try it again. The louder, remember you want to scare all the moms and dads and grandparents sitting beside you. Ready? Beautiful. Now another thing a singer needs to be able to do is pretend that they're in love. I know. Because I know, right? But often you need to do love scenes on stage, and the other singers sometimes eat onions for their voice, and they sweat a lot because they're hot or they're nervous, so they're just this wet, disgusting onion monster robot zombie thing, and you need to be able to look at them like you're in love. And it takes a lot of pretending. You have to practice. So let's sing like we're in love, especially you. Ready? Lovely. Now another thing a singer needs to be able to do is you need to sing low and you need to sing high. So since most of us are kids here, kids sing high really well. We're going to sing a little bit of high notes. Ready? So we're going to go la 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 la. And if you put your arm out, people think it's even higher. It's a little trick, singer trick. Ready? La 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 la. Yeah, try not to smack your mom in the face. You know, just try. Try one more time, but really loud. Ready? La 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 la. Wonderful. Now, one question before we go on. Does anybody here know who Mozart is? Yes. You can't eat popcorn after you put your hand up. How about you? Do you know who Mozart is? Yeah. Who? He wrote music for the French horn. He wrote music for a lot of instruments. He played the piano, and he also wrote songs for operas. They're called arias. Yes?
I played some of this music on piano.
That's fantastic. What did you play? That's exactly what I was just going to say, because most people do not know that Mozart wrote Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, except it's a really smart crowd here today. So Mozart wrote all sorts of arias and songs for operas that he also wrote, but he also wrote Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, which I bet most of you know. So keep that in mind. We're going to come back to that pretty soon. So even if you're not singing a song in an opera, you're almost singing a song in an opera, because Mozart wrote operas and he wrote that. Now, one last question. Does anyone know how old Mozart was when he started writing music? 5. How many kids here are 5 or older? You guys have to get busy. Start writing. No more playing, just start writing music. Anyway, so that's the singers and what they did when they warmed up, and Tilly would watch them from the corner of the dressing room, and she would sing along just really quietly in the corner. And she would sneak out to see them better, and sneak out to see them even better. And one day, she snuck out a little too far, and she looked up, and she saw the scariest thing she ever saw, with the longest arms and not the longest legs, pretty long legs. And that thing was me.
Oh, Miss Opera Singer, please don't yell Eek a Mouse and run away. Everybody always yells at me.
I'm not going to yell Eek a Mouse. I like mice. I like their little ears, and they don't bite. I like their whiskers and their nice tails. But I'm sorry, an opera house is no place for a mouse. There's no cheese here, just trombones and costumes.
I don't want any cheese. I brought my own cheese. I want to be an opera singer.
Mice don't sing. Mice don't sing, right? No, mice can't. I mean, when you're outside, mice don't sing. They don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little mouse. You can't be an opera singer. Mice don't sing, and you'll scare everybody. They'll run away. But I'm really, really sorry. But I know I can give you a present, because everyone loves presents, and I will let you wear my boa. There you go. You can wear it, and you can pretend that you're an opera singer. That's something, right?
I guess.
So Tilly scampered all over the opera house with her boa, and she got lonely. She had no friends to talk to, and her brother wasn't there. So she would talk to her boa. She would tell the boa how one day she wanted to be an opera singer.
One day, I want to be an opera singer.
And one day, the boa responded.
I think it's a snake.
Yeah, the boa is a snake. The boa said, Tilly, if you want to sing, you need to practice.
A snake! Ah, please don't eat me, Mr. Snake. Please, oh please, there's not much to it. Well, there is. Please don't eat me, Mr. Snake.
Tilly, I'm not going to eat you. I'm going to help you. If you want to become an opera singer, you need to audition for the maestro.
What's an audition? What's a maestro?
An audition is when you sing a beautiful song, and the maestro is the most important person in the opera house. She has a special stick. She waves the stick, and all the musicians start to play. She waves the stick again, and all the singers start to sing. Tilly Mouse, if you want to audition, you need to sing for the maestro.
Well, when are the auditions then?
They're tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
So Tilly practiced all night, and the next day came the auditions. Hello, everybody. I'm the maestro now. It's the power of imagination. Hello. So who here wants to audition for the opera? Everybody. All right. Anyone who wants to audition, come on stage. Grown-ups or kids. Come on, kids. Okay, just line up right here in the light where that's the best place because everyone can see you so well. You're not putting your arm. Okay. Come on, it's fine. You can audition. There we go. All right, it's time for the auditions then. You're really brave. You're up here all alone. That's good. All right, we are going to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Like we're, what? Scared, itchy, angry? Someone pick something.
Scary.
Scary, like you're scary. Not like you're scared, but like you're scary. All right? I'm gonna get down here and conduct you. When I wave my stick, sing it like you're scary. Ready? And you can all help out. Ready? Twinkle,
Twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
scary.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Fantastic. Everybody clap for the opera singers and you bow to your audience. There. Wonderful. All right, come on down. That was fantastic.
Good job, Sarah.
Good job, Sarah. And everybody. And good job, grown-ups.
She's my sister.
So then the maestro said, "Is there anybody else who'd like to audition?" And a little voice from the corner of the room said, I would like to audition. And can you guess what the maestro said when he looked down and saw Tilly? The maestro said, "Eek! A mouse!" Oh, but it was even louder because this was unexpected. Ready? Eek! Oh, it was even louder. Ready? Eek! And the maestro threw the stick across the room right at Tilly. And Tilly hopped and ducked and ran out of the room and down the hallway until she was back in the dressing room in her little nest. And then Tilly started to cry.
Why does everybody throw things at me? Why can't I sing? Oh, it's not fair. Maybe I should just give up and go home. Oh!
Well, the boa heard Tilly crying. It was kind of hard to miss. And the boa came to see if she could help. "Tilly Mouse, you have to listen to me. Keep practicing and your chance will come."
It will never come. Nobody will ever let me sing.
"You just need to keep practicing."
Okay, I will.
So every day Tilly practiced from her little nest in the corner of the dressing room. And one day Tilly was warming up her little voice when she heard the opera singer. And usually Tilly loved listening to the opera singer, but today something was different. La, la, ow, my throat hurts so badly. It's been hurting all day. And this coughing just won't go away. Oh, I don't understand. I just don't sound right. And the curtain goes up on the opera at 7 tonight. Oh no, nobody else knows the song. We're going to have to cancel the opera.
Cancel the opera? Oh, please don't do that. Don't do that.
Hi, little mouse. I'm sorry, this isn't really a good time.
But I can help you. Everybody needs a little help sometimes. I can sing. Just give me a chance.
Do you think we should give her a chance? Yeah. Okay. Oh, no. Well, most people said yes. So I'll give you a chance, but you need to find a costume.
Okay.
So Tilly scampered all around the opera house until she found the smallest costume there was. And then she went to find the opera dresser to dress her up.
Oh, I'm so late. Oh, good.
As the lights went went down and a spotlight turned on. She started to sing and everybody helped her with the high notes. Oh, mio bambino caro, mi piace bello, votare in porta rosa, a comperar l'anello. Sì, sì, ci voglio andare. E se ma per buttarmi in arno mi And Tilly looked across the room and she saw her Mama Mouse and her Papa Mouse and her brother Tommy Mouse. And they were all clapping. Papa Pieta, Babbo Pieta, Pieta. So next time you go to the opera, if you see a mouse on stage, don't yell, "Beat the mouse!" and run away. Because that little opera mouse, she might just save the day. The end.